this is Miqueas, and today we're going to be talking about transitive and intransitive verbs. So a little bit of grammar for us. So we know in English that we have subject, verb, and object, or subject, verb, and noun, right? So the subject is the person, I, for example. The verb is what tells us what action is happening, and the object is the noun. For example, a cake or an apple, okay? And we know that there are two kinds of objects, right? There are direct objects and there are indirect objects. With direct objects, the object comes right after the verb, right? With indirect objects, right after the verb, we have a preposition or adverbial phrase. So this is sort of the difference here, okay? So let's talk about transitive verbs and intransitive verbs and why we care about these terms. Transitive verbs require usually a direct object. So, for example, we would have a sentence like this. I like eggs. I is the subject, like is the verb, eggs is the object, the direct object, okay? In intransitive verbs, you don't require the object. So, first, with transitive verbs, you usually require a direct object. I just want to repeat that. With intransitive verbs, you don't require an object at all, whether it be direct or indirect. For example, I cried, I ran. These are perfectly okay sentences by themselves. They don't have the noun or the object, and they are perfectly grammatically correct sentences. There are certain verbs that can be only transitive, okay? And there are other verbs that can only be intransitive verbs. And there are verbs that can be both. So, for example, like is not an intransitive verb. So you could never say, I like, period. You could never say that. It's not grammatically correct. Because you need that direct object. You must say, I like cake, for example, or I like apples. So, why do we care about this? I have a video that hopefully you've watched before, which talked about the passive and active voice. With intransitive verbs, you cannot use the passive voice. So this is very important to know the difference. Also, you should never say things like, I like. This is grammatically incorrect. So this is very important to know the difference between intransitive verbs and transitive verbs. Now, there are also verbs that can go as intransitive verbs or transitive verbs, such as sang. You can say, she sang, period. Or, she sang a song. She sang would be the intransitive verbs because we don't require an object. She sang a song has the object. It is grammatically correct, so this would be technically a transitive verb. Sang counts as a transitive and intransitive verb. So how do you know which verbs are transitive and intransitive? Basically, you have to memorize them. I'm going to put up a list at the end of this video which have the most common transitive and intransitive verbs, as well as both. Go ahead and study these, try and practice these, watch the video again, make your own sentences, and try to really get these down and get these practiced, okay? Again, my name is Miqueas. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me any comments that you would like. Have a wonderful day.